How do you want me to introduce you? Like, what do you want me to?
I guess you could just say a podcast host. Yeah, just say fellow podcast host, T. Marie.
And I'll just throw it to you. You could go plug your pod and all of that.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to use the little cheesy. What's the intro? What's up? Yeah, none of that. Nah. Just gonna get into it. All right. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Welcome all to the inaugural episode of the Control Your Epps-perience podcast. My name is Alan Epps, hence the name being in the title. And I'm inviting you to join me to control your Epps-perience. But we are blessed on our first episode here to have the illustrious T. Marie, a host of a podcast herself, and one who kind of got me in this. So if you don't like everything to come from here on out, it's her fault. But her content is much more compelling, at least as of right now, probably as of forever. So I'm going to let her plug that and describe what she's all about.
You're ridiculous. But yes. Yo, and hello, it's me. Just call me T. Marie. The PCPOV podcast, Parkchester Point of View, is my baby. I've been doing that for about a year and some change now. And I think that's kind of how we got introduced.
Hold on, you said for how long?
About a year and some.
I just wanted to bunch of shit to the gunshot. That's why I bought this shit for the... yeah, we in here. You in here. Can I say it? Can I say it? You know the fucking vibes.
This is hilarious. But yes.
I'm gonna work out in there too.
I've been doing the podcast for a year, and I love it. I'm liking, what's going on, how I've evolved, what I've been going through. I'm sitting here, I'm like, I got a road too, so I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm a little jelly you using yours first.
Road gang, nigga, road. We need to click Road Rider. No, they gotta pay us. We plugging them and shit.
Matter of fact, yeah. Scratch.
I mean, they are kind of the big deal though. Like you Google that shit, like, all right, yeah. But
no, thank you for having me.
No, thank you for coming. I'm not gonna act like you came just for me and not that little march or whatever that was today.
You know what?
In DC, was it even a march? Because when I called you, you sounded distressed.
It was mostly them talking, and then it was like we marched from one end of the pool to the next end of the pool.
So probably like Freedom Plaza and then...
Yeah, so like wherever like the steps were, we marched from there.
Oh, y'all were down on the mall.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
We marched from there up until the MLK Memorial, and that was it.
Was it thick in there? It
was a lot of people. I'm thinking they saying estimated like 1.something million.
Really?
Like it was a lot of people out
That's
there.
interesting because I remember I was asking you, was this when you were complaining to me about like, we don't march? I'm like, you seen that James Franco meme where like he's getting hung and then they're like, first time? That's what I was doing. It was like, is this your first time in DC?
Yeah. I wasn't prepared. They had us sitting out in the heat for no reason. I mean, all right. I tell you. All right.
Man, New York right now.
What
is you doing, B? Wrap this up. Like, it's hot.
Yeah.
You know what this was? You ain't got no tents.
It wasn't for no reason. I take that back. Let me not be disrespectful.
The cause was legit, but they weren't
moving expeditiously.
They were doing the equivalent of when the New York is on the subway and a motherfucker trips and falls during rush hour, and you're like, really? You doing this right now?
Right,
like, that's
you're being that guy right now.
Like, yeah, I feel you. But it was the sun, and like, come on, what is y'all doing? So I remember when you asked me what I was doing, and I'm like, what, you mean for the march? Yeah, not marching. And I wasn't doing that to be funny or whatever. So I'm from the area. So my first march ever that I've ever did was the inaugural Million Man March. My dad took me when I think I was like 10, 11 or whatever. And that was my first, mass gathering, let alone for it to be just super black and everything. You had your random white women walking around trying to get chose and everything, but whatever. That kind of went over my head at 10 years old. You know what I mean? Like, just except for the looks, niggas was like, who is this? And then, of course, I went to Farrakhan's second version of the Million Man March, was I'm going to say 4 years ago?
Oh, okay.
Down there. And that was kind of my sign-off from marching, and we've had conversations, I won't say offline because they were online, but offline from the pod, if you will, on Facebook why I don't do marches anymore. And this is just me personally. I'm not trying to dissuade anybody from marching, but just bring another. A lot of people. I don't want to say it's a participation trophy, but people want to get it, which is great. People want to get involved, but they don't know what to do, how to do it, where to do it. So when somebody organizes something, and I don't knock anybody who tries to organize any more than 2 Black people at the same time in the same place. So to have thousands, whatever, it's worthwhile. So they jump at the chance to do something like this. I mean, I don't want to say clout chasing, but some just want to be able to say in 30, 40 years, yeah, I was there. But
no, it was definitely that. It was a lot of that. It was a lot of photo ops. It was a lot of look at me's. It was a lot of, I wore this outfit. I got this weave done. I put these lashes on. I got this fresh fit.
The second Million Man March, the sisters was deep, and I was annoyed at first until, because you know how my comments are when I ask on Facebook, fellas, and I mean people born with penises and scrotums. What is this? Very manly perspective asked question, and before one dude answers, there's like 12 women in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Farrakhan, and I'm gonna shoot the lady some bail here. Farrakhan specifically said that women were welcome because So it was a Million Man March in name, but man as in people. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't mad at that. However, it was clear that chicks was there to find a protest bay, and it was dudes there. It was dudes there because it was hot, and like dudes, you could clearly tell the dudes that were dressed in comfortable clothes and shoes, and the ones who came in their brunch boots.
Listen,
you know what I mean? Like,
it was a dude in a 3-piece suit out there.
No, it was
burning.
101
and I know
today.
He was burning because I was hot.
And it's humid. You notice that shit? It's muggy as fuck. It feel like somebody just breathing on you.
It was disgustingly hot outside.
Yeah.
Like, girls are walking around in sports bras.
When you first hit me, because I'm teleworking, it wasn't until I went to go to the store that I hit you. I was like, God damn, it's hot out here. Like, y'all good? Like, you're like, yeah, I'm over it.
I was done.
Right.
I was immediately done. By the time it got to like the 3rd or 4th family speaking, I was like,
and you want to hear them out because you feel like they're going through everything, and that's why you came. But at the same time, it's like, not.
They should have went first then.
Right.
If we were here for them, you shouldn't have left them for the end.
And that was the other thing. Farrakhan did not show up. We were there early. Farrakhan did not show up until I was ready to go, like 6:37. You know what I mean? Only because I hadn't eaten, and we had eaten like the little stands and stuff like that. But no, I'm like for real hungry now. I'm crushed up. They were taxing for the water out there. It was ridiculous. But and aside from the logistics and the experience of it all, because that in itself is worth it, if you will, for whatever reason. If you were just going for a photo op, but just you were serving a purpose because you don't want it to be like Trump's biggest inauguration crowd that wasn't. You know what I mean? So even if you were there for whatever reasons, you know what I mean? Whatever, you were counted. My thing is though, from an ideology standpoint, like why I'm over marching, and I say this to people, and people just like whatever, but I'm dead ass. It's like it's not that I don't want to do the work. It's not that I don't want to have solidarity with my people who like me, people who sympathize with me. It's just I don't see the efficacy of the march itself, because I'm not saying marches can't get things done, but it's a tool in the toolbox. It's supposed to be done in concert with other things, because at the end of the day, Method Man said it, cash rules everything around me. Until the money is affected, you know what I mean? That none of this stuff, all this is just okay, it's easily ignored. You get the news makes a story, nothing changed, and then they go away. You know what I mean? Which is why when people say, well, what about the riots? Well, you know why? Because what do riots do? Riots cost people money. And it's not that I'm saying, I wish we didn't have to riot. You know what I mean? But people act like the riots are just like the plagues.
Right.
Like locusts came out, or,
like they weren't
frogs came out. Like this is a
something.
very linear cause and effect. You know what I mean? Like, so that's what I'm saying. I tell people all the time, I'm over the marching because it's gotten to the point where the futility is turned into rage. You know what I mean? And I have a temper. You know what I mean? And people think I resent it when people say you're a loose cannon or you're a hot-head. No, because my temper is very, very, very fucking linear. It's like a bomb. But the bomb has a tripwire. And it's not even hidden. I didn't bury it. I pointed. That's it. Right fucking there. And then you step on it, and then when the bomb explodes, instead of just going, then the bomb has an attitude problem. That's how I equate it. Like I set very clear boundaries in my personal life, and I know how I am. And going out there just standing there. Once the whole I'm with my people wears off, it's like, why are we fucking here? Because they about to kill one of us tomorrow. They might kill one of us tonight. You know what I mean? Like, why? Nothing is going to change until we make them feel it. You know what I mean? So, and then that's going to turn into dark thoughts. So I being the responsible adult that I try to be sometimes, I stay the fuck home because I don't want to be the detractor from the movement. I don't want to be that guy, but at the same time, I want to be that guy.
Listen,
and I don't trust myself.
Listen, I'm not the March girl. Like, that's not my thing. I just happen to come out because
podcast and I'm
just forgot technical difficulties. What is it doing?
Podcast and I'm
yeah, I think you're gonna become a soundbite now. But go ahead. Sorry about that.
But what was I saying? I was like, yeah, I'm not the March girl. Like, that's not my thing. Like, I just happen to come out to support the salon that I get my hair done at.
That's
not
real.
This, but I usually get my
Look,
hair
it's
done.
hot. We get it. These braids is on 3 weeks. I was trying to have them fresh for you, but logistically, it's a lot.
Yeah, I attempted to what you call it, flexi rod set my hair before I came here, and I was like, that didn't work into the schedule, so I was like, no. But no, so the salon, the loctician and the owner of the salon, they both organized for everybody to come down here. They chartered a bus. They, got us t-shirts, got us our masks and everything. And so, like, we came out in solidarity.
Do you need to plug somebody? You want?
I mean, well, no, there's nothing on here, but shout out to, Ebony Beauty, Eternal Beauty of New York Salon. So it's Ebony Salon in the Bronx. So shout out to them for, putting it together. And it was really dope. Like, it was a cute little ride down. We all got there. One other dude that was a part of our group, he has a social media platform, but he does it from like a news, type perspective. So like he was talking about the march of us being out there, and like he went live and all of that good stuff. So it was a really nice time. Got some pictures, nice little photo op. So I mean, we went out there with our own, agendas too, but because I didn't make it to like a Farrakhan and I was too young for any of the other marches before.
You feel shiftless, like you want to get involved, like
right.
Well, like what are you? It goes from I want to be able to tell my kids that I was there to what am I gonna say when they ask me?
Right.
You know what I mean? There's a difference between me trying to be like, yeah, I did that, versus.
And as much shit as I talk about marches and stuff like that, it's like if I've never been to one, I can't really talk shit. And now that I've been to one and I've seen that niggas just was talking and it wasn't really I mean, there was one thing that they did talk about. There's a specific bill that I was hearing about that they want to, have passed. I wish I wasn't, upset and so aggy under the sun to where I was actually paying attention, but I'll probably like Google it later. But there's a bill, like there was something, a call to action to say, support this bill, we need this, blah, blah, blah. And that's what I went there looking for. Like I went there looking for like specific like steps or like, what are we gonna do? What do we want?
Right.
Like,
when I get this ready for you two, I'll find a link to whatever you're going to put in the description.
So it's damn, I'm so bad. I got it on my camera, so probably when I look back at the footage and start like organizing my stuff, then I'll remember what it is. But all in all, it was great to see, everybody out there. It was like all ages, young, old, and I think they mentioned that too. Like this is the first time that it's been like so, multi-generational.
So you can see where the baton's gonna go. You don't have to wonder who's going to be like doing this next. But the sad part is, we already got to think about who's going to do this next because we know what's about to happen.
I mean, 57 years and we still gotta have the same speech. Like 57 years ago, MLK was standing on them steps talking about he got a dream, blah blah blah. And 57 years later, we still gotta say dudes and say people's names because they dying.
And the people who need to be here being held account ain't here. You know what I mean? Like it's
so it's definitely it's a bittersweet moment. Like, to see that as an adult and to see that as, somebody who can see the objectivity in both sides. Like you said, like, it's great to see people unified and accounted for, but how do you now carry this forward and not make it just a fad? Right.
And that's where I got at with, because, Farrakhan's march was, or else, like that was the end of it, right? So that's what I went to hear. If anybody was going to bring the fire and brimstone, it was Louis, you know what I mean? And it wasn't there. And on the one hand, I respect the position that he was in, other than the fact that he was late with it. But, he at the time, he was, and this is not a coincidence that they have ramped up the let's demonize Farrakhan again, because he was starting to build a big following on Facebook. Well, I won't say transfer his following to Facebook and absorb what the Facebook medium was. And then shortly after that march, he's banned off Facebook. So that's not a coincidence, you know what I mean? So I understand that he's just trying to not half step, but trying to navigate that in between where they're going to cancel me at some point, but this is too important for me while I have you here to just throw it away. You know what I mean? So I understood that, but at the same time, I found myself asking the whole time, like, what else? You know what I mean? Because I'm a firm, I don't wish this, I don't hope for this, but it's become painfully apparent to me that this country responds only to pain. Whether or not it's economic pain, physical pain, the suffering of others, whatever. And in this particular regard, our face is the one that is the face of this pain. So until that pain is shared, and I'm not talking about empathy, I'm talking about literally, yeah, you feel it, nothing's going to change. Because until their faces, you know what I mean? And because I tell you, I'm not asking for a race war. I'm not demanding that, people go out there and just revenge on the next white person or whoever they see. But I'm a firm believer that had we crucified Zimmerman from the jump, not saying that nobody else would have got killed because I was a civilian, the cops still feel above the law, but at least we wouldn't have to worry about random idiots. Trying to police us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's
cops are gonna cop, but when you got
niggas want to be vigilantes all of a sudden now.
Fuck of a wannabe cop shoots a child.
Niggas.
And now we got their kids shooting us. The boy's 17.
Everybody got Batman syndrome.
I don't know if you've seen the videos when he was, I'm here to protect this business. Yeah, I'm looking at him like, who gassed you up here to be? Yeah, it'd be one thing if it was like a gang of them. I won't say a gang, but like at least more than one. Because when there's more than one, the opposition, right, wrong, or otherwise thinks about trying things because somebody's watching their back. And then on the flip side, you feel more secure, so you're less likely to be the one to put your mans in them into some shit unless it has to be. But when you're solo, one or two things is gonna happen. You're gonna engage. Yeah, I really held this block down. Nothing happened. They were scared of me. Ha ha ha. Or the second that, oh wait, they realize it's just me, and you're gonna let one off. Especially if you're a scared 17-year-old. But this sounded real good in the house, and the fact that his mother drove him. And I haven't confirmed the photo, but evidently his mother was also, if not at this rally or at this demonstration somewhere else, on her malicious shit. You know what I mean? And it's all fun and games when the rabbit don't have a gun. You know what I mean? And that's why I tell people all the time. It's like the other reason I stay in the house because I don't have the civilized answer for what's going to happen if somebody with the last name Epps becomes a hashtag. Because I think I've asked you, I've asked other people who have contact that if and when it happens, there's going to be a headline and I might not come back from it. And when they're digging into my shit, don't let them call me crazy. Let them call me anything the fuck else. You know what I mean? But this was cause and motherfucking effect. You know what I mean? Because I refuse to be that dude making speech. And I be in my speech bag.
I was about to say, you get on your Twitter.
So it's not, and people think that I'm sitting there editing it or that I've composed this and the thesis. No, that shit, it's a natural thing for me. Because I write like I talk.
You can sense the sincerity. The thing about it is that how do you find time for all of it?
Because it's effortless. Like, it don't take me but 30 seconds to write these posts. You know what I mean? But that's the thing. That's a tool that I have that is undisputed and unfuckwittable, right? I'm leaving that in the box because the time for that is gone when my blood is in the street. That's that. You know what I mean? And I really, that's why I stay in the house. I stay to myself. So if and when it happens, nobody can ask, well, he's been plotting against this for a while. No, you did this. You know, like my of the Rambo franchise, Rambo First Blood was the best one cinematically. And the title is called First Blood, and it's because he said they drew first blood. You know what I mean? Like and that's it. But because I recognize that art should not be dictating life, I have no desire to go Rambo John Jay and get shot up or anything like that. But that's just because I don't have the desire. It will not stop me if it's mine in that street.
Listen.
So I try to keep to myself.
I can't even bring myself to think of what I can't even bring myself to think of what thoughts would come to my mind. God forbid something like that was happening to me or mine. However, I will say when it does happen, in the cases of a lot of the names that were said today, in the cases of Breonna Taylor, in the cases of George Floyd, like in the cases of this new guy, Jacob Blake.
Yes.
Even though he didn't die, thank God, but
he's chained to his bed by his paralyzed leg.
I was just about to say, like, this man is paralyzed, and you're still thinking he's that much of a flight risk. He's gonna leave
and he's
paralyzed?
under arrest for resisting arrest.
Which I never understood, because if there's no charge, how can I be resisting arrest? Like, what was the charge? What was the charge? What was the charge that was causing me to be arrested that I was resisting?
I forgot to get our drinks.
I'm
lacking.
I mean, how long has it been so far?
I'll do it at the break. We can come back and get. It's 20,
Okay.
so I'll give it another 10 minutes, and then we'll take this pod to the next level.
But
But yeah, I mean that's where I stand on the marches. I don't mean to preach. I don't mean to proselytize. I don't mean to demean or demune. What's the word? Yeah, is that word?
Demean.
Demean, yeah, or lessen the efforts and the people who find value in that. You know what I mean? But nobody ever kumbaya'd for their freedom and got it. Nobody ever. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, they let us have our little moment. They tell us to go shut up, and then they go do it again. And
that's the scariest part about that. It's like, now that I've been here, now that I've seen it,
like the whole ride home, you can be thinking about what's keeping them from doing this again.
Right. I mean, low key, it was like with all of these white people that was out here today. It's like, who's to say that y'all not trying to make the news? Y'all not trying to.
Right. It's the same shit with the women's march. Like I just happened to be downtown working when the women after.
Yeah.
And it was all the white women there. I'm like, y'all vote. There's white women in this march. Super women in it up. They have vagina hats and all this other shit.
Hats.
And you voted for Trump. I know you did. Because the numbers don't. It's too many of y'all here. When 53% of y'all did this. You hear what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
You're not going to tell me that didn't happen. So if you smile in your face, you know what I mean? It's just like.
But see, I don't like to say stuff like that out loud because
that's why I bought this shit.
Because then it's like, oh, it comes off as hate sometimes. Like, just let them be allies and blah blah blah. But it's like, I don't know if they're truly allies or not. I don't
because
know.
if they were, they would be doing this shit when we're not here. Because this is y'all problem to fix. Black people can't fix racism.
Word.
We can turn the off switch on it, but then y'all don't want that. If we were half as violent. People forget that Caucasians or people who identify as Anglo or European are a global minority. They happen to be the majority in the two most dominant countries in the world, but they are a global minority. If brown people were half as violent as they swear we innately are, there would be no white people.
Big facts.
And the fact of the matter is, like I said earlier, they're not going to understand until it's them bleeding. I'm not the only one who's come to that conclusion.
But see, I don't like to entertain those types of things because those are white people who feel that same way too.
But in this country we're absolutely outnumbered. But here's my thing though: the fact that it's more than just a logistical reason why we push against it, because that's not in us. That's not our bag to go genociding and wiping people out.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
Like we can't even just chill. Like niggas can't just barbecue. Like why we can't barbecue?
Right, what about Chicago? We're like they shoot the motherfuckers who are in competition with them, right, wrong, or otherwise. You know what I mean? They don't go spraying up random people. I don't understand how white people always want to go back to Chicago and say, "Oh, you're killing your own. That's why Black lives don't matter." I'm like, the world abound knows that crime, whether or not it's violent or not, is a direct function of poverty and disenfranchisement. Absolutely, it's a direct correlation. As the people are more disenfranchised and more impoverished, less educated, crime goes up. And it's against the people there because one, you ain't got the money to go drive across town and go rob these good white people. Number two, there's consequences for going over there.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you
don't take 30
you
minutes
rob,
to get
you
to
kill, you rape the people who are convenient to you. That's what happens. But white people always want to point to Chicago. They can't understand why a place where the schools are underfunded depending on where you live. You know what I mean? Where these kids don't have a shot in hell. when their parents are either in jail themselves or on
Niggas
drugs.
don't have
You know what I mean?
textbooks.
They got redlined.
How you in school with
in
no
Baltimore,
books?
in Baltimore, they don't got no heat, no air. You know what I mean? Like, but they can't understand why these people are at each other's throats because that's all they know. They don't expect to live past the 21st. But we're supposed to understand when a kid who comes from the burbs, who comes from the lap of luxury,
just
you know
goes
what I mean?
Crazy.
That's senseless. No, it absolutely is senseless. Because what is you bugging for?
Listen.
And then if you are bugging, I'm not denying you your right to bug. Shoot the motherfucker who pissed you off, not every random motherfucker that you come across.
Don't say that, because when that little boy shot up that tournament, that video game tournament, he knew he was back.
Oh, okay. Everybody gets one then. Why is my damn computer going off? Everybody Facebooking me right now.
he knew who the fuck he was mad at. That nigga shot. He was like, "Oh, so you beat me by?"
Oh yeah, okay, I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, that's a one-off though. Like all these other ones, like fucking Dylan Roof, he went in there and prayed with the motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
But then they paint those as they just crazy. They don't represent.
We got to hear about the puppies that they fed and where they went wrong and shit like that. Oh, so because their dad didn't come to their Boy Scout meeting or whatever the hell and he felt neglected. But you can't understand a motherfucker who eats once a day, maybe. Who got to sleep with everything they own on because it's cold. You know what I mean? Like that. You don't understand why this motherfucker comes outside and is ready for anything. And then
I'm about to say, you got gunshots and all. You got all of these sound effects.
This is yours.
You got all of these sound effects.
But at the same time, it's like then you find yourself going down this rabbit hole where they get it. They absolutely fucking get it. They just don't care.
No, I don't think they get it. I don't think it registers to them that could even possibly
I'm
be
tired
of
giving them the benefit of the
No,
fucking
because
doubt.
it's all right. So for me, like in the Bronx, like you have your projects, you have your private houses, and then you have like your condo areas. And each area, depending on where you around and who you around, is a little bit different. Where I grew up is a little bit more privileged than some of my friends that was in the projects.
Right.
But then some projects is worse than others. So there's a certain, like, if you don't know certain things, you would never really understand. Like, I didn't understand, going to my peoples in Harlem and niggas got a fucking burnt mattress in the staircase for 3 weeks. 3 weeks?
I'm sorry, what?
Like somebody set a mattress on
And
fire
just left it there.
and left it in the whole whole
cleaning that shit up.
staircase is burnt out,
And
the
the super
walls
couldn't be
is
bothered.
black, all of that. And the mattress is there for legitimately 3 weeks. Like, we go 1 week and, there's a burnt mattress. You come another week later, like, this mattress is still here. You come another week later, like, my nigga, why is this mattress?
Joel's got to drop a bar about a burning mattress. He fresh
like,
back.
why is this mattress still here? That would never happen in my building. Never.
Yeah.
Never happened in my building. But I'm still in the Bronx and I'm still, you know what I mean? So it's just like, I get it. Certain areas, if you don't live that life, you're not going to understand. But where is your sympathy? Where is your empathy for when people are telling you this? And to now where you can see it on social media when you're not even looking for it, how do you now see it and still be like, nah, racism ain't existing?
And meanwhile, they got all the love for that dude who killed his wife and 2 daughters and hit him in an oil drum. That man got fans. You hear about that? It was some dude out in somewhere in the Midwest or like the West where he just got tired of being a dad, so he killed his wife and 2 daughters and hit them in an oil drum and then act like they were missing, was like doing the whole sobbing on TV. Please bring my family back.
God.
He took them to his job and stuffed them in an oil drum and left them there. But because I guess he's white boy cute to the white women, he's got fans like appealing for him.
He's another prison bag?
Yeah, I'm just like, what part of the game is this? What part of the game is this?
The white privilege part. What do you mean?
It's just ridiculous. But we're coming up on a break. We're gonna go get some libations, and we're gonna take this to the next level.
We a little too serious right now.
Yeah.
Starting out, that march kind of fucked up the vibes.
Yeah, I gotta make sure I get my gunshots off because I'll be in it. All right, but we'll be right back. All right, so we're back at it. As you can see, we brought out the libations, and the plan was to take this to a jovial level, but I can't even do it, and I didn't want to tell you until we got sat down. I figured out when my Facebook is going off. 2020 continues to 2020. I just got word that Chadwick Boseman, the Black Panther, has passed away.
You fucking shitting me.
Nah, that's my group chat.
Nah, you fuck. Nah.
And,
Nah. That didn't happen.
I'm blown.
That didn't happen.
I had to bring out the good shit because, dog, what, man? Fuck this year in its totality. The reports are that he had colon cancer, and it all makes sense because if you remember, he had a video a while back, and everyone was saying he was looking rough, looking skinny, he didn't have a shape up, and he'd been fighting colon cancer for years, and he passed away, man.
This year has been fucking ridiculous. I was literally prepping a dope Black history fact from Black Panther for next week.
It makes more sense now how he didn't have that many scenes in Endgame, you know? I don't know, just... We can't have shit, man. It's like... Yeah, one time for Chadwick Boseman.
Shit, yo. Shit! Nah, this...
I don't. Oh, this is crazy, man. You know, he's 54, or he was 54, I believe.
43.
43? I thought he was like 50 something.
No, 43. Why
Well, the point I'm getting at is that you wouldn't know what to look at. I remember when he first got casted. People forget that T'Challa is only supposed to be like in his mid to late 20s in the movie. So it's like. And he got in all kinds of good shape, you know what I mean? He did another movie too, like something about the bridges in 21 Bridges.
21 Bridges.
Yeah, I watched that. It was actually pretty good. And he was finally...
What the fuck?
He had been acting for a while. You know, he did a lot of B-list or like, you know, made for BET type movies and everything, but he finally got his come up. He did a Marshall, about Thurgood Marshall, and now... Yeah, man. This kind of threw me off. I wanted to try and get into, not I want to say joyful stuff, but something less existential. But in typical 2020 fashion, we had to say goodbye to the Black Panther before we even knew him for real. So, condolences out to anybody who might have known. He went to Howard. We're right here in the DMV. So, anybody who may have crossed his path, anybody who is friends with him, his family, I extend my deepest sympathies. And this one hurt. Like, I mean... Damn, it's thunder and shit. Y'all hear that? Like,
listen, that shit is real.
That's crazy. What I wanted to get into before that was the situation with Meg and Tory Lanez, which is by no means the laughing matter, but at this point, I got really nothing to say about the facts of it.
Fuck
Because
Tory.
that's all there is to say about it. You know what I mean? Like, she came out, she named it, and it's not lost on me, all you niggas that have shown that she couldn't do right no matter what she did. If she came out and said that he did it from jump, oh, she a snitch. Never mind the fact that she's not a gangster, that she don't live that life. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck else she's supposed to do?
No. Let a known snitch, 6ix9ine, is still out here in these streets making videos, going viral.
But they're
number
equating
one.
They're equating him to her.
It doesn't matter. You can't equate. So what? So you equate him to her, and then
but I'm
what?
like,
Y'all
how
gonna
though?
love
But
her?
what I'm
Y'all
saying,
gonna-
right? But
y'all didn't
how
do
did she
shit
get?
to him.
How did she get more flack when she took a bullet? You know what I mean? Like, and then you sickos who want to play web pathologist, web surgeon, web, you know, firearms, ballistics expert. Y'all don't shoot no guns outside of your little date nights at the range.
Well, you know what? Okay.
Y'all don't hunt.
Okay.
Y'all ain't never been shot at.
Yes.
Y'all ain't been nobody's
You
war.
are Mr. Guns.
But you don't know shit about what a gunshot looks like except for John Wick or whatever movie you done seen where that's what a gunshot looks like to you. And what are you even talking about now? If you watched the little white boy when he was going to work shooting people with the protesters, did you see any blood spatter? Huh? No, you didn't, because that's not how bullets work.
So now let me ask you, because I have this argument with niggas in New York all day. Did Tory, is he a good shot for shooting her in both feet, or is he a bad shot and he missed and
Obviously,
caught her?
without having been there to tell you how the shot was initiated, I can't tell you. I doubt that he aimed for this. What it sounds like.
Thank you.
What people don't understand about, people think ricochets are like when you play pool, where like if you got a ball over there, you want to bounce a cue ball off the rail so that you can come back. It's not how bullets work. Okay, when a bullet ricochets, whether against it's a hard surface or water, which you idiots who like to shoot across water and you're not supposed to because it will skip like a rock, like you won't believe it, and somebody on the other side of the lake or whatever will catch that round. But when bullets ricochet, they hug the surface of whatever they hit. So this is kind of realistic. Have you ever seen Black Hawk Down? When they're running through Mogadishu, and when the special forces guy, Eric Bana's character, tells them, no, not him, the other dude, the other special forces guy tells the regular Rangers, hey, don't stand next to the wall. And they're like, why? That don't make no sense. They're shooting at us. Let me hide behind this fucking wall, right? Because if they miss and they hit the wall, and it's not a flat hit where the bullet goes into the material of the wall, it's going to skip and it's going to follow the edge of that wall and it's going to come right into you because you're next to the fucking wall. So
okay, say that one more time.
So, like, if this is the floor,
uh-huh,
people think that if a bullet comes down at a steep enough angle, it's going to ping, ping, because Tom and Jerry and the rest of us tell.
But you're saying
it's going to come and it's going to hug the wall.
That's what I'm saying. I swear.
So
that
if he shot at the ground, maybe trying to scare her,
right, and it caught her in the foot. That's what I think.
And it might not have been the whole bullet. It might have been a fragment. But the point is, I know how guns and bullets work, and I don't fucking know because I'm not investigating the case. You motherfuckers don't shoot shit ever. Like, without giving my situation away, what do you see all over my room right now? Everywhere.
I feel safe, but I feel like I'm in danger at the
Come
same
on,
time.
baby, lie with me.
Like, I feel safe, but I feel.
And I'm nobody's killer. Like, I was in a. Don't let people who tell you, oh, I was in the military. No, I was in the military. I controlled nuclear fucking weapons, but I've never shot anyone or never fired a shot at anyone in anger or otherwise. I pulled my personal weapon 2 times in defense of my life and didn't kill anybody. You hear that, police? So, but the reason I do an extensive because I know what's in my hands when I have it, and I know what it's gonna do. All right, I hunt, so I've shot things. I've ended lives. I've seen what happens when I pull a trigger. But I've never shot at or shot a human being. But I still have more of a frame of reference than you TV tough guys who watch The Punisher and think this is real life. Like, what are you even talking about right now?
I just can't get over people saying that, oh, she's snitching. But
and never mind the fact that the midget got on the internet because she wasn't even gonna say nothing. For right or wrong, she was either gonna hold it. She was gonna hold it down and get him got. Or she was going to hold him down and make amends for it. But his team went on the internet trying to make it seem like she did something to him.
She still didn't even say nothing. All she said was...
He shot me.
He shot me. We was arguing. And it's 2 people in the car that could be witnesses. So it's 2 motherfuckers that could either... But then again, I'm just like...
And then the best friend had to come on. Oh, I didn't shoot her. Why are y'all even entertaining this? Y'all niggas really, honestly, and truly make me fucking... sick. Honestly, y'all make it embarrassing to be a male, dude. Like, to have a penis in 2020 is just like, I gotta explain you niggas. I don't understand it. I don't. You know what I mean? And like,
no, you don't gotta explain. No. Don't feel like you have to explain shit for them. What dudes need to do for situations like Tory Lanez in this case and scenario. Is one of his homies got to pull him to the side and really sit him down like, you fucked up, right? Like, I
think he's slap that nigga. Like
no. Like, you gotta, like, you have to put out a statement. You have to fix this because you looking bad, my nigga. You going out bad.
Like, he's gone. There ain't no going. Going is like a process. That nigga's dead to me. I don't care if he was supremely talented. Do you hear me? Like, when he started rapping, like he was kind of like Chris Brown. When Chris Brown started rapping, I was like, Chris, don't do that. Oh. Okay. So when Tory did it, because the first songs we heard were like, kind of like dancehall type sing-songy, you know what I mean? And then he actually had bars. I'm like, all right, little Canadian nigga, what the hell going on up there? Like,
he just had the whole beginning of Quarantine lit. He was the starter of Club Quarantine, going live.
You're making all that money was coming to you. There was no Miniman.
Right, like he was just.
I think Maul on the JVP said that shit. It was like, you made it, and you didn't make it like other niggas make it. Where like, okay, you got a deal. No, you were your deal.
Right.
You had all your residuals. Nobody was in between you and your money.
Fragile masculinity shit.
You 5'3" ass.
That's that
same height when you stand up on a stool ass motherfuckers, dog. Like, I don't understand you niggas.
Like, all right. As a mouthy woman, I will say, yes, Meg and bitches like her will push a nigga's buttons. Built for that shit. That's just what they do. However, as a man, there's certain things that you should not let trigger you. If it's not physical, in a sense of like a Vado and Tahiri situation
Right.
where she physically assaulted him with them apples. If it's just words, my nigga, why'd you shoot her?
And here's my thing though.
Why'd you shoot
I tell
her?
niggas all the time, don't get a bad bitch if you can't handle a bad bitch. Like, you know, the dudes who will go get a fine ass woman who that's how she got him and that's who she is. She's not doing it for attention. This is just this is her style.
Yeah.
And then they try to change her while you doing all this for clout and everything. What it really comes down to is you think another nigga can take your bitch. Not will take your bitch, but can take your bitch. And there's nothing you can do about it except get mad at her. You know what I mean? On the flip side of that is I feel like Meg makes it very clear that I don't want to say she's a handful because I've never met the woman. It could be night and day. But if she is one of them women who is mouthy, as you put it, that's not a surprise, my nigga. Okay? And if you are used to easy, grateful bitches, of which there is no shortage of because you are a multi-millionaire musician, then stick to them easy bitches that you know. But if you want a bitch that can dunk on you, they can body slam your ass.
No, listen. Tory just went viral not too long ago about doing an interview saying, you know, if a bitch asks him for a bag, he gonna ask if she could afford it herself. Fuck you asking me for a bag for it. And he put on like this persona of he's too good for certain
All
things.
them sure niggas do it. Like
He put on this persona of bitch, what I look like tricking on you, what I look like, blah blah.
And the
blah.
thing is, I go to bat for short niggas because women be disrespectful. Listen to me. I don't even think I'm all that tall. I feel like I know by metrics I'm tall because the average height for a man is like 5'9" or some shit like that. You know what I mean? That they average. And I'm 6 even. Like I'm an actual 6 even, not like on Tinder 6 even. Like I've been measuring. But I'm 6 even. But when I see niggas who I consider tall, you know, like because I play wide receiver so a prototypical receiver 6'2", but now these niggas are 6'4". You know what I mean? Like the short nigga in the NBA is 6'6". You know what I mean? Like, so I don't think I'm tall at all. But when you get around these little tiny niggas, dog, like it's different. That short man complex is fucking real. And I thought that at least it was only towards dudes. You know, like them little yippy chihuahua dogs or the chihuahua dogs that when you know they're this big but they think they're the most ferocious motherfuckers in the world. You know what I mean? It's just like, all right, you just let them yip. You know what I mean? But like, you don't yip them no bruh. What is wrong with you?
No, he didn't even yip.
Now,
He shot.
Now,
He shot her.
Had Meg got on her Thanos shit and like grabbed your ass, then we would be having a different fucking conversation right now. I still don't think you needed to shoot the bitch, but
I just wish they would say what happened.
And they won't because he can't because he know he wrong. But instead of just eating this shit, there's no good way out of this. But if there was ever a window for him to come out of this, Meg gave it to him because Meg shut the fuck up. But what did he do with that?
Honestly, all he had to do was say it was a misfire from jump.
Yes, but
from jump.
Him and Meg knew the deal. Him and Meg knew the deal.
From
He could have
jump.
made it right with her and let her. How do you want to play this? If you want me to go on and say I will, but. You know I didn't mean that shit. What do you want me to do? And that might be a little toxic. I might be in my little manipulation bag.
That's a little
but at the same time, it's like I'm putting the choice on you. I took your choice when I shot your ass, didn't I? So how do you want me to do this? Do you want me to admit that I shot your ass because I was mad, or do you want to just play this off? It's a misfire. We know the deal. I'm sorry. You know what I mean?
See, that's not fair. That's not fair.
Because why do I have to make the decision? I get it. But
Right.
at the end of the day, I'm speaking as a third party male. I don't pretend to know what women go through, you know what I mean? But I'm sick and fucking tired of these headlines about some nigga shooting his baby mama, or you know, and then killing himself. If you gonna kill yourself, kill your fucking self, my nigga. Like what? I'm so I don't mean to tell a woman how to act in an abusive situation, especially after she took a fucking round, because I know how I'm gonna be if you put a hold in me and you don't fucking kill me. All right, Instagram is the last of your fucking words. You know what I mean? But
the dangerous part.
My thing is like, there were so many other ways he could have took this. None of them were gonna be pretty because you shot a bitch. What the fuck is wrong with you? But there were so many other ways to do it, and you sent your team to cast a doubt and aspersion on her
again.
Dog, you are lucky. Like, honest to God, never mind this can. You better hope that's all it is, because you know what? You got enough money to be canceled. You can go. You're not gonna have the juice no more. But you can go back to Toronto, Live your little
Oh
Toronto.
no, he already back there. He
Yeah,
got
you
the
can live your
money.
little Toronto life with your millions. You know what I mean? Because I don't think Meg gonna sue your ass. You know what I mean? She's not about to pay hitters.
I mean, at this point now, she might as well.
Right, but she's not about to pay hitters to cross no border to kill you. So live your little Toronto life with your little millions. Fuck your little groupie bitches, and just fade the fuck away. You know what I mean? Because
So you think he blew it?
you know what? I can't even say yes because I don't have faith in people.
Mm.
Because niggas is marching for R. Kelly. Did you see that shit? Niggas had a march like last week in Chicago, demanding justice for R. Kelly. Nigga, he got his justice. He in the fucking jail.
Get the fuck.
So I can't even say he's done because I don't have faith in these new niggas. If this was 1998, then yes, that nigga would be done. But I can't even say that because in 1990, what was it? We saw the tape. I was a senior high school. That was 2002.
You were a senior in
2002,
high school
2003.
in 2002?
Yeah, 03. I'm old. Nigga.
Oh, this shit.
Anyway, I'm seasoned.
God damn.
But I brought up Meg up to just really as an excuse to say fuck y'all. I'm tired of y'all from the shooting to the WAP. Like you want to hear niggas talking about bitches and they wet ass pussy? Like, you know how I know you don't get no ass? That's how. Okay. Like, never mind the fact that Frank Ski, this song is 30 that they sampled is 30 fucking years old. My dad, I was a child when my dad was a freshman at Morgan State, so I grew up in the club music scene, listening to Frank Ski, and I'm not even gonna get into the argument that it came from house music in Chicago and Jersey. The point is, Frank Ski made this song. It's some whores in this house when I was a toddler. That's the song they sampled. Y'all had no smoke for Frank Ski. You have no smoke for Frank Ski. But you mad at Megan Cardi. The fuck is wrong with y'all? Cause normal niggas was watching that video like, where she at though? And y'all, oh, this is what you gonna wife him anyway because you a trick. Cause that's what you do. You pay for vagina, you pay for clout, you pay to be seen. You a look at me ass nigga. So I don't care if you knew these chicks had 1,000 bodies. You still gonna go because you the type of nigga that will get mad like she a hoe but you can't fuck. What that say about you? That you can't beat the game on easy.
I mean, if I want to keep it all the way a stack, the chorus does bother me a little bit. Like, I don't have no problem with the lyrics, but just hearing this,
I love it because they brought it back
over in my head.
Yeah, I grew up in that
like
shit.
That. I don't like that.
That shit used to be on the radio.
Pineapples. I don't like it. I don't want to hear that.
See them pulling them out. Hey, I ain't know about that part.
I don't want to. No, I don't want to hear that.
But
they could have done a different. They could have done a different.
Never mind that. Let's act like that wasn't even in the course. We not gonna act like they ain't body that shit, okay? They found 2 different fucking pockets. Oh, Cardi sound like no, that's a pocket. You non-rapping ass SoundCloud ass niggas.
Yeah, niggas were trying to say that Meg out rapped. I was like, no, she's doing
it was a different
flow,
pocket.
And Meg did the fast flow and then slowed it down for the bridge. Like y'all don't listen to.
It's called music. Chemistry. You simple motherfuckers. Like it's like when Nas on the track. When was the last time you heard Nas rap fast? No, he had the Bravehearts for that, my nigga. Like what the fuck is wrong with you? Like.
I mean, listen. At the end of the day, niggas love fucking bitches, but they don't like women.
Yeah, and that's how y'all niggas masturbate with women. That's what it is.
Wait, what?
They use women to masturbate. Like, yeah, you fucking pussy, but this might as well be a fleshlight to you. And here's the thing, because every time I get into this fucking bag, I feel like Derek Jackson.
Oh gosh.
And that's personal to me. Not only because he's Sir Simple-Lot, but I went to college with this nigga. Okay, I like
called him what, Sir? What?
Sir Simple-Lot. All right, and I'm not mad at that's not hate, okay? I'm not mad at him because he has a brand. It's working for him. He's flourishing. I want him to do well in life, and if this is his chosen path, whatever. Yeah, I was an upperclassman when he was there, so we weren't tight. So before he come up, on the off chance that y'all niggas share this shit and it gets back to him, and then his ass goes, I don't know that nigga. Like, fuck you, nigga. Like because here's the thing. I don't mind that he made it doing what he did, okay? Like, it's counterproductive, but at the same time, any bird that follows the shit that he says deserves whatever the fuck she gets. So I can't get mad at him because he's going to get his bag, okay?
I agree
I'm mad in the sense that, my nigga, you're sending these bitches damage to me and I have to unfuck them because of what you did. But at the same time, I love to see a black man get paid, okay? So do what you got to do. Here's my issue with Derek Jackson, though. I knew how this nigga moved at Tuskegee because he was a fucking football player. All right? At an HBCU.
Was he always that big?
Oh, he's swole as shit. Big turtleneck wearing ass nigga. Like he one of them niggas who, when the nigga got muscles under them little express sweaters. No, it wasn't express. What's them shits? You know them club sweaters. Now they got brunch boots, but when niggas wanted to get fly but not fly for the club, they would wear them little thin sweaters where they could look swole. That's him. He wore sweaters like niggas wear the V-necks. You know what I mean? Like, but you can do that. Like, listen to me. If I was on my over 9,000 muscles, I'd do the same shit. So again, this is not hate. It's just who he is. And he had hoes, and I'm not mad. That's salute, my nigga. You had hoes. Stop acting like you a super nigga though. That's my problem. You know what I mean? But at the same time, if these chicks gonna eat it up, get paid because you're not doing it just to get pussy. Like, but here's the thing. I know women that he tried while he's so called in a relationship that he's got nut. You know what I mean? Like,
wait, he's in a relationship?
Yeah, I think he's finally married. He wasn't married when he started all this being super nigga, but I think he's finally married now. I don't keep up on him. That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to hate on this nigga. I don't. My issue with him is that these chicks be eating it hook, line, and sinker because this big chocolate dark skinned nigga with the muscles and the sweaters told them what they wanted to hear, but they're not getting it from us because this is not fucking reality. He will drop a solid gold ounce with a game and wrap it in some bullshit. And I mean that's a talent in and of itself because you know he starts him and that Ibrahim, that freckle motherfucker. He's like Ibrahim Hassim or some shit like that, but he got like freckles. He always be talking all. He will take an ounce of. No, this is real shit. And wrap it around how he's super nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Like
every time you say super nigga.
So, but my issue with Derek, the personal interaction that I had with him was when we went back for homecoming one day, and this is a black school, and we have a alumni association, which I'm not a part of, but I help out because I'm cool with the president. I'm not gonna say her name, but when she asked for shit, you know, I'm like, what you need when I come back for homecoming, and he just happened to be coming back. You know, so they put him on a flyer because he's alumni. They shouting him out. Yeah, but in his mind, you know, anybody else would be like, oh, damn, my school's recognizing me. This nigga, wait, so you selling tickets to this party with my likeness? I need to get it for free. You need to get my man's for free. And I should get a cut of this. I'm like, bitch, this alumni party was going to pop regardless. Okay? And that's what I was like.
He's using his influence and status in the wrong way.
Right. I'm like, this is home. This is supposed to be home for you, nigga. This is where we show you love. We wasn't going to charge. And the thing is, they wasn't going to charge him to get in, but he wanted to be brought in like a VIP, like you know what I mean?
But see, the thing about it is that
when he reached out to nobody, and the thing is, had he just called, they probably would have done that.
So what he did online?
No, he just showed up. Well, where are my tickets? They should be waiting for me at the door. Like, where's my purse? I'm like, who the fuck are you, my nigga? Like, you know Lionel Richie went to our school too?
That's some diva shit.
Exactly. And that's my thing. Like, no, you big. No, you don't get to preach at me and act like this. You know what I mean?
He's a diva, man.
But it is what it is. I'm off him. The point of the matter is, be better, niggas, because I'm tired of you, honestly and truly. And look, I'm not no big swole nigga. I'm not no tough guy. But talking reckless shit about, like, Meg in my presence, because when I hear that, it's not about Meg. It's about how you deal with chicks. And I have sisters. I have, you know what I mean? And even if I didn't, I'll slap your ass. Because when I smell, like, bitch ass and whatever, I don't need to police every pussy nigga. I'll be exhausted. You know what I mean? I get shot. Because that's what pussy niggas do. But our women are out here on their own in the field. I made a video not too long ago protecting black women. I had niggas arguing with me in the fucking comments. Like, this is a point of contention. Like, what is so hard?
Your YouTube video?
Yes! Like, what is so hard about protecting black women? Oh, well, sometimes they put themselves in positions and I shouldn't have to risk my life. Nigga, nobody's asking you to be fucking Batman, all right? I'm not asking you to jump in front of a fucking bullet. I'm not asking you to go fight crime and shit like that. There was a meme shared not too long ago on my Facebook when I was in jail. And, you know, I came back and shared it again. Where the girl asked me, like, dudes, how many of you that if I'm in trouble and I see you in public, can I just come up and ask you to play along like I know you, so I do leave me a follow around? You know how many of these niggas will be like, oh, get the fuck away from me. Oh, before you know you get me into some shit. And I'm like, listen.
We know it was like universal.
Yeah, it's like, who the fuck are you?
And be like, oh my God, hey, how are you? Blah, blah, blah.
You just play the fuck on.
And they give you the little eyebrow, like can you get me?
It costs you nothing. And let's take this down the Batman rabbit hole. There's a setup. Because it happens. We've all heard Mona Lisa from Lil Wayne, you know, like he said these bitches. And it happens. No, I've seen the shit. You know what I mean? People
Mona
will
Lisa
send
won't happen with a damsel in distress.
right, but no, Bobby
Lisa-
Shmurda said it. I sent a little thoughts on him, whatever.
Yeah, Mona Lisa plays on your lustiness and how
But
thirsty you are.
I can tell that there are I'm sure there are goons out there who will send a little thotty looking chick to go get a nigga thinking with his dick, get him somewhere where he's vulnerable and rob him. I'm not saying that can't happen. I'm not asking you to go out there and make her problem and go out there and solve it. What I'm asking you is to make her problem your problem and do what you would do if you were in her situation. That means if you know these niggas were, if somebody was following you, what would you do? You would go somewhere and make a phone call in public, right? Take her with you. It's that fucking simple. I'm not asking you to go confront the nigga following her or
just walk her to her car.
But because the bitch is deep in your heart, it's part of your fucking DNA. It's so ingrained in your fucking soul. You immediately look for an out. To be like, whoa, she could be setting me up, and I don't know anybody, and she might have deserved it. No. Look, listen to me. Cops respond. There's two situations that cops respond to that get cops killed the most: domestic violence and bar fights. Because you never know who's coming with the bar fight. And the domestic violence, sometimes the dude will be whipping the woman's ass. The cop will show up to help the woman subdue the man, but then the woman will defend the nigga because she's touching the head because of the trauma and end up getting the cop killed. So I'm not asking you to go out here and be a vigilante. What I'm asking you is to use the same fucking discernment that you would want somebody to do for your mother, for your sister, for whoever the fuck. I do good by women, not because I'm hoping to get it back, but it's the only thing that gives me faith that my sisters are out here and they have a flat tire, or some niggas trying them, that one of you niggas will at least call the fucking police. One of you niggas will at least make it known that you're there. I'm not asking, you know what I mean? Like, who?
I mean, so now let me flip it and ask you, what do you feel like is more gonna be beneficial in getting men to step up and do better? Is it women holding men accountable?
No,
or
because we can rationalize,
men...
the women talking on still got to sharpen steel, and a lot of you niggas is tinfoil. And that's why I flat out...
Wait, you gotta say that one more time. Gunshot. Yes.
Steel sharpens steel, and a lot of you niggas is tinfoil. And again, I'm nobody's tough guy, but I live in PG County,
That's
Maryland,
a motherfucking bar, son.
So if you got a problem, my nigga, I make very bad decisions on an impulse. When there's a park right around from my house, so it's nothing. Hit me up. You know what I mean? Like,
what, but how do y'all say it to one another?
You gotta call niggas out for what they are. You gotta call niggas a bitch when you see it. Like it is what it is. It is what it fucking is, because that's the only thing these niggas respect. It stings them in their ego. So one or two things are gonna happen. You gonna be the bitch that I called you, or you gonna come see me about it. And if you can come see me about it because I called you a bitch, why you can't help this woman? Like I don't fucking understand. I'm red, ain't I? Like, because I can feel it.
You're getting a little, but you know what it is though. I feel like niggas need that because again, people comparing Meg to Trash 9, like there is no comparison. She still didn't say.
And be clear,
what
I don't want one of your niggas to shoot 6ix9ine either because y'all some hoes. Because here's my thing. That nigga wasn't a gangster and you knew it. No, look. If y'all gonna shoot him, then y'all would have shot him by now.
Because he keep doing the same
No,
thing.
yeah,
He's
still
jumping on blocks,
I'm not gonna,
trying to talk about
I'm not gonna feel sorry for him. Be clear.
Jumping right back in the car.
If 6ix9ine caught one tomorrow, I'm not gonna feel sorry for him. But at the same time, y'all niggas don't prove nothing. Y'all don't get no points for murdering this nigga because if y'all was about that life, we wouldn't be here. And the fact of the matter is, y'all holding him to a G code, but you never extended him the benefits of said G code. Y'all fucked his woman. Y'all took his money. You know what I mean? Whatever. Okay, you was extorting him. Fine. Whatever. You don't get to expect him to hold down the members of the gang if he wasn't gang.
Which I don't understand. But then that's not.
But at the same time, I don't feel no sympathy because he lived that. You know, he claimed to live that life. So this is what happens. But it's no different from Wayne. Wayne was a Crip when I first heard of Wayne.
Really?
Now Wayne's a Blood.
I was say I always do Wayne to be.
Now Wayne's a Blood. I'm old, nigga. Remember? And y'all niggas are cool with that because Wayne is Wayne. Because he's multimillionaire and he'll pay y'all niggas for goons and it's cool, whatever. You know what I mean? But where I'm a suburban nigga. You know what I mean? And that just boggles my mind. How do you do that? Put it in perspective. I'm a fraternity nigga. And we are not gangs. Don't let nobody tell you we are. We are not gangs. But I could not imagine a dude being an alpha and then... or trying to be an alpha and then drop a line trying to be the buzz. I'm like, and look, he might be the best fraternal brother I might ever meet. I'm still going to wonder what the fuck happened here. You know what I mean? Like, and we don't kill nobody. But y'all commit crimes together. So how do we even get here? We got here because you let them. So you get no points. If it satisfies your little ego to go take him out, whatever, man. Go get caught and do your little murder charge for being a nigga who killed 6ix9ine. Ooh, I don't go fuck. Like, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like y'all stupid for this. Y'all dumb for that. And Jim Jones getting caught on tape. How the nigga not in jail after putting a fucking hit out on this nigga? Like, whatever. Great lawyers, I guess. But Joel's couldn't get that nigga lawyer because shit.
Joel's is out now.
Now, nigga, like
him and Kim Bella was what you call it. But
well,
no.
let me stop playing because I almost did the same shit he did with my gun. Because you gotta check it. You just forget. But at the same time, he forgot it was in the back. You so stupid, nigga.
My thing is, if you're a celebrity, why like? Same thing with T.I. How T.I. got caught with all of them guns.
Well, no. If you're a celebrity with a record,
how do you not have somebody to?
Yeah, at all times. Some. Oh, who was it? Was it A Boogie or somebody who got caught and they mans took the rap because it was clearly his bag, but somebody else took the rap. One of them niggas. You're right. You're supposed to have a guy that's on payroll.
Somebody is going.
But he was going on a trip by himself, wasn't he? Like he took off after.
I don't remember the details, but no.
I don't know. He don't brush his teeth, so. You can't expect him to kid.
Yo.
And I fuck with the Dipset. I love the fucking Dipset, but it is what it is, man. Like, your teeth fell out on stage. Fuck you on from me.
Yo.
Shots fired. I'm gonna abuse the fuck out of these buttons when I start. If y'all got suggestions for sound effects on this bitch, let me know because I'm gonna be adding these bitches every week. Yeah, but I just brought that up to say, look, if you can't look in the mirror and know that you wouldn't be a shield for our sisters like you a bitch, and there's no other way to say it. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. And if you are a bitch, own it. Because you know what? It's not the end of the world. If you own your cowardice and you self-identify, women will move differently around you, and they won't hold you to the standard that you're being held to. But you got to come out and say that I'm not about that life.
No, you don't got to say it because me.
But don't act like you are super black man king whatever whoop whoop. But then when the failed clutch, it's not even that the failed clutch of circumstance came. When somebody talks about a circumstance that might come, well, I wouldn't do that. Just shut the fuck up. Then you are a non-combatant. You're not a warrior. That's fine. Sit on the sidelines and let the real niggas handle this because I'm tired of you niggas. And understand. If something happens to a lady of my fucking life and I find out one of you pussies could have done something about it, you're gonna wish you did something about it. It's just that fucking simple. Like,
listen, at the end of the day, I just feel as though if you're not gonna be the one to protect black women, don't get mad when they out here protecting themselves or they with the nigga that will.
Fact.
Point blank, period.
Fact.
Like, it don't get no simpler than that. If it ain't
you
gonna
niggas
be
can't
you,
fight anymore either.
It's gonna be somebody else.
Like, again, I'm nobody's tough guy, but like, you know how many niggas I meet that can't fight? And you know what it really is? The rappers are making this painfully obvious that y'all niggas can't fight. Because if I see another YouTube video of a rapper who insists on boxing somebody and you can't box, like,
people can't fight no more because they're all
like, that was a life skill. Like, you learn how to tie your shoes, you learn how to throw a jab.
No, because anti-bullying. People don't know how to fight no more because of the anti-bullying movement. When you stop being able
your
to
hands and was the anti-bullying movement.
Let me not say be able to bully because I don't like. All right. For all intents and purposes, I will say I was a child who was bullied. I was from the Bronx. I was a little bit more privileged than certain people, but I was still a immigrant child. I'm first generation born here.
Where you from?
My family's from Jamaica.
I just wanted to do it. I told you I'm gonna be obnoxious as fuck.
But yeah, so I'm first generation.
You gotta give me patois lessons because I feel like it would take my Mac into the next level. Because these niggas get away with any fucking thing. Do you hear me? Like if I say this shit, I'm getting maced and stabbed. But these niggas will literally ask to suck a bitch asshole in the club. And like, you're not
gonna talk about
20 minutes later, what are they doing?
Like this. You're not doing this.
Like, yes.
You're not doing this. You're not doing this.
I gotta get my Wagwan game. That's it, right? Is it?
That was pretty good.
You know why? Because I've been saying it when I'm not supposed to. The lady at the Jamaican joint in DC gave me extra gravy on the oxtails, which I feel like that's an achievement unlocked because I heard.
That's extra.
Yeah. I was like, wow, going. She looked at me like, what? I was like,
that's extra.
and then she was like,
but no, in all seriousness, like, you know, I am a little rougher, a little tougher around the edges because I don't necessarily had, you know, males around me who could defend me, who could stand up for me, blah blah blah. So I had to be. I mean, only if it got to a certain extent. Like, I would never take no petty shit to, you know, anybody. Like,
and that's what scares me because, like, my sister, I don't know if you saw it, I shared it, she just won her bodybuilding competition overall. Shout out to Brittany Showman. I keep saying Brittany S because that's my last name, but she's married now. So shout out to my sister. The thing about my sister, like, we used to play fight. Actually, I used to beat my sister's ass. But as a brother, like, I wasn't, like, beating her up because I felt like more of a man. It's just, like, siblings fight, you know what I mean?
Right.
But we came to a head one day, and I realized I can't do this with you no more. Because I didn't realize how badly I was hurting her. Like, I thought it was just tears. I'm like, no, like, nigga, I'm that much stronger than her. But what brought it to a head to me was she was a gymnast, and one day she kicked me, like, right in my shit right here, and it hurt. Like, it hurt her. Like, I had to stop what the fuck I was doing, but it didn't incapacitate me, and it let me know then, because when the worst thing you could do to a man is hurt him and not put him down. And I realized I was ready to go at my sister the way I be going at niggas. That's, you know, I was like, no, we can't do this no more. And I flat out told myself. But
is that like a thing where you don't realize that?
No, because I snapped. It was a perfect storm because she kicked me off of a bed, so I went flying. You know what I mean? But had she just ate it, had I just ate it and still been in,
what is that about?
No, I had, because it was pain. Like, it's a pain reflex. Like, I'm a fighter. Like,
so you don't think that you've inflicted pain?
No, I do at the same time, but I'm the older brother, so it's like it was a dominance thing. And again, it's trash. Don't get me wrong, it's trash. Here, I'm not making an example, but I never hit my sister and really thought I was truly hurting her. I thought it was she crying because she was a girl, but I didn't think it was like
because she's a girl.
I was like child. I had trash mentalities.
That is a horrible.
But the point is like. That's what put it into perspective. When she hit me and it actually hurt me, I'm like, wait, if she can hurt me like this, what have I been doing to her? That I literally had that.
So you had that thought process.
Yeah, no, not in the moment. In the moment, I was pissed. But she kicked me across the thing, and when I got up and I got hot, and I was like, but I was trying not to show her that she fucking hurt me, you know, because I was sucking air. You know, I was like, you mother, go get the fuck up, and she did, and I sat down. I was like, damn, she's fucking strong, and I was like, yo, this is the first time she's ever got me like that. If she's doing this to me,
you still ain't shoot her.
Oh yeah. Well, I ain't had no gun, but I still wouldn't have shot her. You know, like I was 15 years old, but I wouldn't have shot her. But the point is, it's like most niggas don't do that kind of introspection. I said at first I was like, damn, she can really hurt me. But wait, if she's just now getting the strength from me, what have I been doing to her this whole time? And then I put in perspective, I'm like, yo, I used to yam her. And the thing is, I'm thinking I'm taking punches off, but when I would box, like I was a tall, skinny dude, so I was always taller than the people in my weight class. So when I'm hitting them, I'm thinking I'm taking steam off, but I'm not. To them, I'm hitting them for real. When I have more. So I'm a heavy-handed dude. You know what I mean? Like, for my size. But it never equated until I actually started boxing with my sister. It was just my sister. You know what I mean? Like, and she took some hits. So she was good until she cried. Like, I thought she just wanted to be over. I didn't really think I hurt her. You know what I mean? So then it would be like, when she kicked me, I really had to think about it. I was like, yo, she's just not getting the power to do this to me. What have I been doing to her this whole time? And then number two, I was like, it wasn't like, first of all, I will never hit. I had to talk about it. I was like, we can't do this no more, right? I need you to know that because I know it's my fault. We've been playing it, and you don't want to play like this. I'm the one who does it. It's my fault. I'm never going to do this with you again. We can't. Because if you kick me like that again, I'm going to throw you through a fucking wall. So I had to leave that last part because I had to remain dominant, the older brother. But at the same time, it was like, that was my also way of letting her. I had to tell my sister, because my sister's you look at my sister, even when she's not in show shape, she's not small. You know what I mean? Or she's a smaller girl, but she's cut up. There was a time when we went out for her birthday, and like these group of 9 girls, come to find out they were in the military and they were on leave, and two of them wanted to get my number, and they thought my sister was my girlfriend, even though we had the same fucking face. You know what I mean?
Oh wow.
But they were doing that messy girl shit because there's 9 of them like bumping my sister. And the crazy thing is, my sister had like on a corset outfit, so her arms are out. I'm like, do y'all not see my sister will strangle you motherfuckers? Like,
Let me tell you.
Because they were gonna jump her, I had to be like, look, I hit hoes, so y'all need to decide amongst yourself who wants to get it first, because y'all not about to jump my sister.
Let me tell you. I don't understand how women do shit like that. Because, like you said, you never know who somebody is and you never know who somebody is with. And I don't get that. I've had that happen to me and my homegirls before. And I say to this day that them bitches had to have a fucking...
Chicks be hatching plans. I don't
They had to have a guardian angel that day because it was going to be bad. Like, it was one of those, like, don't get me wrong, I understand people get drunk and, you know, you might not, what you call it, but if somebody brings it to your attention, like, yo, chill out, you bumping me, it is within your right, well, not even within your right, it is your obligation to be like, all right, my bad, and do a little bit better.
And I saved them bitches' lives, because the funny thing is, like, so they were with a dude, but I don't even think they were with him, I think he was just trying to get at one of them. So we moved him, because the boss was about to kick us out, because he heard me threaten the bitch. I'm like, look, count them, I'm not letting them jump my sister, you know what I mean, like, all right, just go to the other side of the club. Then one of the girls came up because they were still trying to get my number. I still didn't know that that's what they were. This is how trash their game was.
Wait,
y'all,
what?
Y'all game is fucking trash. Because I still don't realize that that's what this whole thing was about, trying to get to me. They brought the dude over. And they were like, oh, this him? When I heard this him, I'm like, all right. You know what I mean? Like,
you did that way too
fast. And I'm just like, you really want to do this? Because we're going to get arrested, so I'm going to make this count. That's what I said to him. You know what I mean? Like, he's like, no. And he turned, like, I turned my back just to make him think I wasn't looking. So if he was going to swing, I could duck that shit and snuff his ass. Yeah. But he never did it. And then the girls, why are you so mean? I'm like, because y'all about to fucking jump.
You a little 730 on the low.
I know. What? No, I have a line. I'm chill. I just have a fucking line.
Tick.
I just have a fucking line.
Nah, you got a little tick about you.
And then, mind you, I'm a captain in the Air Force at this point, so I'm not trying to lose my fucking career over this, right? So then they were like, no, we didn't know that was your sister. I'm like, so this is how you get at niggas? I was like, look, we're going to dead this right now. I'm going to get everybody a shot. It was like, it was 9 of them. We're going to dead this shit right now. I went to the bar. My sister grabbed me. She's like, if you buy those bitches a fucking drink, I'm going to kill them. I'm like, what? What's so secret? She was pissed at me for a good week. We go up there, and I went to go order the drinks, and they got a card in them, right? That's when I realized they're in the military because they have their military IDs in there. Oh. So what do? And I'm not even supposed to be talking to these little bitches because they're enlisted. I'm an officer. You know what I mean? So I go up. I was like, oh, do you guys do military discount? They go like this? Yeah. I'm like, I accidentally dropped my ID and make one of them pick them up. Captain, I'm like, y'all really need to check yourselves. Because this could have went so bad. Y'all have a good night.
But see, that's a flex.
At the time, it was. Like, I was never that officer who liked to flex on, but at the same time, it's like a lesson needed to be taught because my sister was mad at me for a week over that shit. Why you buy them bitches some drink? I'm like, Brittany, we're not locked up. So, because we were going to jail. Because I was going to hurt them. Because when it's 9, you can't bush.
So now, all right. So, back to the Tory and Meg thing.
Yeah,
back
I mean,
to the Votto and
y'all some bitches.
Thing. When is it appropriate? Like, because you could say if 9 bitches try to jump your sister, you don't mind hitting one. But in the sense of with Tory and what you call it, it's never okay to hit. So I mean, like,
no, here's my thing. No, I'm not that either. I'm not in that camp where it's never okay for a man to hit a woman. But at the same time, it's like you need to have a severe burden to be met. That should not be your go-to. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a firm believer that if a woman puts her hands, because they say a man shouldn't hit a woman. What's the operative word there? Shouldn't. You don't know how that nigga's raised. You don't know where he's from. So you need to stop banking on that shit. Because should don't mean a goddamn
shoulda,
thing.
Coulda, woulda.
You know what I mean? It don't. So yeah, a man shouldn't hit a woman. It don't mean he won't hit a woman. So you need to keep that shit in your fucking mind. Because I tell my sister that shit all the time. She got a smart mouth. And, you know, like, she's down in New Orleans. And niggas down in New Orleans are crazy when they get dubbed. You know what I mean? So it's just like, really? I'm like, Jordan, you going to curve one of these motherfuckers with just smart mouth, they're going to shoot you. And I haven't seen anybody get shot, but I've heard it. I've seen a girl on Bourbon Street get knocked the fuck out when she just told the dude she had a boyfriend. She wasn't rude, extra, nothing. He punched the fuck out of her. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm telling you.
That's always a fear.
So I hate that I have to have this conversation with you. But if one of them fucking wardies wants your number, you're going to give him your fucking number. You're not going to give him a fake number. You're going to give him your number because that nigga's going to sit there and he's going to fucking call you. You're going to get his number. And then guess what's going to happen when you separate? You know what you're going to do? What? You're going to fucking block him because you have a goddamn iPhone. And you're going to come home and like nothing happened. Because if they duff you down there and something happens to you, I can come down there on my Punisher shit and do it. But it's not going to bring you back. And that city does not snitch. They kill their own local stars and don't nobody say shit. So what you think they're going to do for you? Nothing. All I'm going to do is come down there and catch everybody I can until somebody puts me down. That's it. but it's not gonna bring you back. So can you just not? You feel me? Like.
But that's not a way to live.
It's not, and I hate.
Women shouldn't have to live
And
like
I hate that. I hate that I had to tell my sister that, but I would rather tell my sister that and hate it.
Then her be shot like Meg.
It's fucking crazy. The simple answer is y'all niggas are bitches. You need to own your bitchness. Like if you own your bitchness, niggas won't hold you to the standard of not being a bitch. But you gotta come to terms with your inner bitch. And if it bothers you that you are a bitch, guess what you can do? Guess what you have the power to do?
I mean, I agree.
Stop being a bitch.
I agree.
Like it's that. Oh, that shit probably gonna be loud as fucking that mic. I'm sorry. This is some good shit.
I agree, but I'm not gonna be the one to say it because I call myself
It's not for you to say. It's not for you to say.
But I do say
niggas
like
gotta hold. Niggas don't want to hear shit until a nigga tells them. Like women can push our buttons and irritate us and shit like that, and that's where the rage comes from because we're futile. Because if we do something to you, it's almost like it's just like fighting a gay dude. Like, all right, gay nigga, this is a lose-lose situation. You beat this gay nigga ass, you commit a hate crime. You lose to this gay nigga, or not even lose. You tie with this gay nigga, bruh. Now you gotta go scalp a gay nigga because you tied the loss to the gay nigga, and guess what you just did? A hate crime. There's no winning. So I understand that. But my thing is, like, if you don't want the mantle of manhood, then say that. And if you don't want to say it, then earn it, bitch. Like, it's not fucking hard. I've had my boys stop me, like, from jumping in, and I never want nobody I'm with to get hurt over some shit I did. Because I started it with a nigga or because I tried to be Superman with somebody. But I will go to my grave before I sit home wondering, could I have stopped some dude from shooting a girl because she didn't want his number? You know what I mean? Like I don't care if it's my sister or not. That's and if you're not like that, just say that. Stop trying to rationalize why you're not like that. Just say it and own it, and we will move accordingly.
Right.
All right. There's wolves, there's sheep, and there's sheepdogs. Which one are you? Thank you. All right, but off that dumb shit. Did you watch any of the conventions?
No.
All right, so I watched both, and fair warning. Y'all might want to tune out right now. What would Joe be saying the first time listeners and the last time listeners?
First time.
I voted for Trump 4 years ago. I made videos about it. You can check my YouTube. I might vote for him again. And it's not because I believe in Trump, but it's because y'all niggas, I don't believe in you. And when I say you, I mean black people. I'll get into that with my YouTube video or maybe another podcast episode where I'm by myself and she's not about to stab me. But the point is, I say all that to say, I watched the Democrat National Convention all 4 days, and I watched the RNC. And both were shit shows, but one was a professional shit show and one was a fucking circle jerk. And you can guess which one was which. The DNC, they embraced this whole COVID environment, the virtual everything, you know what I mean, like the pre-recorded, and there was not a wasted minute. From the time that it started to the time that it ended, you heard from who they wanted to hear, from the content distributor, whether or not it was a senator, whether or not it was a citizen with a story, whether or not it was Joe Biden or Kamala. You know what I mean? Like, whoever it was, from 9 o'clock to 11 whenever it ended, content. You know what I'm saying? The RNC was quite different. And what I found funny was that Trump was railing, oh, why are they doing it recorded? They should do it live. And then most of the fucking RNC was recorded.
Really?
You know, except for...
I mean, but that's in true 45 fashion. He is going to say one thing and then do and have everyone else around him do another.
And what struck me the most about the RNC was the first night, and I had to switch channels because I thought it was... I went to Fox News to watch the RNC because I felt that if I had watched it from CNN or the liberal media, that they would have been shitting on it the whole time and thus giving me a bias. You know what I mean? So I wanted to hear it from the people who love these niggas so I can make my own fucking opinion, right? And I was disappointed because I went to Fox News and they wouldn't even let the motherfuckers speak.
What do you mean?
Like, they would have speaker such and such to big up Trump and Pence. He would talk for 2-3 minutes, and then fucking what's that man's name? Hannity, Sean Hannity, or Lou Dobbs, or whoever the fuck, you know, one of the media people. Yeah, one of the media people. They would let him talk for a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Oh, this is. What do you think about this speech? This is awesome. But not letting us hear what is actually going on.
Oh, but they was commenting over.
And that goes to tell me what Fox News thinks of their base. They have to curate this for you slow motherfuckers. I'm not saying you have to be stupid, dumb, or otherwise to be Republican or even vote for Trump. What I'm saying is Trump thinks you have to be slow or stupid to vote for Trump. So these motherfuckers have to guide the conversation for you. They don't trust you to listen to their own people at their own conversation.
But you just said that you voted for him.
I made a whole series of videos. Long story short is that I don't trust you niggas. You. Not. I didn't trust Hillary. I don't trust Biden. But more importantly, I don't trust you niggas. Because what's going to happen is the only way for an electorate to hold the people that they vote for accountable is to not vote for them again. And y'all niggas have made it clear for the last 60 fucking years that you are not willing to jump ship from the Democrats. I'm not saying jump ship from the Democrats for the Republicans, but you're not willing to send a message that they don't own you. Okay? So what's going to happen if and when Biden wins because of the black vote? Yay, we defeated the enemy. America's going back to this post-racial model. We won. We did it. Ha, 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 ha. And then we're going to start this fucking cycle all over again.
Cycle of what?
The cycle of voting for a Democrat and not getting anything for it. Prostituting our fucking vote.
Oh.
All right? And the only reason I voted for Trump last time,
because
what I was going to do, you're right. You're right. Thank you. Say it again. Prostitutes get what?
I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
And that's my thing. We're going to start this shit all over because I don't trust you motherfuckers to hold these motherfuckers.
Why him?
What?
Why him?
If it was anybody else with Trump, I would vote for them too. And here's the thing. I was going to write in a third party candidate. I was going to vote Bernie on my morals and everything, even though, but you motherfuckers, you proselytize them. If you don't vote for Hillary, that's a vote for Trump. And I don't believe in false moral high grounds. So I said, are you sure that's what you want me to do? Because I'm not voting for her. So I can vote my convictions or I can vote what you're telling me that my vote is going to amount to. Which one's it going to be? And you motherfuckers said, well, you don't vote for Hillary. So I did what you wanted. Okay? And up until...
That's not a good enough answer for that. I don't think
Well, how is it not good enough?
I don't think
How?
that. Because
I know what?
What was your reasoning for not voting for her?
I don't trust her.
To do what?
Hillary is a competent person. That makes her more dangerous than Trump. Because for all the havoc that Trump has done, everything has been on a microscope and he's met opposition because he's not competent. So everything that comes out of his mouth is under scrutiny. Hillary knows how to get shit done and niggas don't realize how fucked we are until 10, 15, 20 years later. And that is more of an insidious threat to me than the nigga in front of us who is announcing every fuck shit he's doing. That's the long and short of it.
I don't like you smart niggas.
That's the long and short of it.
Like
and honestly, what it came down to, her emails. It wasn't her emails. It was her lack of accountability for herself. Because understand that as a former military officer with a top secret clearance, I've seen careers ruined for less than what she did. And she couldn't even be bothered to say, you know what? I fucked up, but it really wasn't that big a deal, but I own it. It won't happen again. She couldn't be bothered to do that. You know what that tells me? That tells me somebody who's used to getting away with fucking anything and is competent enough to do it. That's the difference between her and Trump. Trump acted the same way. He's not accountable for shit, but at least he got fucking impeached. You bitches weren't gonna fucking impeach Hillary. So I know I didn't trust her, and more importantly, I didn't trust you. And honestly, I still don't fucking trust you. But the difference between here and now is like, up until a week ago, I thought Trump had this in the bag. You know, like, because it was, oh, Joe Biden has such a crazy lead. Yeah, y'all said the same shit about Hillary. It wasn't until a week ago.
Biden, not Biden.
Shout out to JVP. What I said that. Thank you for catching me. They're me calling dick rider. But I didn't think Biden had a chance because regardless of what your little projections, all of y'all had Hillary dubbing Trump.
No, she did dub it. She
dubbed 3 million votes, but
she dubbed the fuck out of him in the popular vote.
For the popular vote. But that's what matters. That's what matters to us. The pundits know that the electoral college matters, and they had her ahead. And honestly, while we at this, y'all niggas gonna get mad at me. Ohio has entirely too much say on what happens to this fucking country. Okay, have you ever been to fucking Ohio?
No.
Okay, Ohio.
I've never been to.
Ohio is
DC.
One of my least fucking favorite states, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because one, driving across that bitch is long for no fucking reason. Okay, and then there's so many different things in Ohio. You got city. Okay, Cleveland. The Mistake by the Lake. That's their nickname. Now, I didn't make that shit up.
Mistake by the Lake. That is hilarious.
Then you go into these areas that are rural as fuck. You ever watch that show Squidbillies?
Yes.
That's literally parts of Ohio.
Okay,
yeah.
I thought that was like down south.
And it's just like they're in the middle of nowhere. They don't have this fucking identity. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure people from Ohio love their state, especially the fucking Buckeyes, and that's another thing. I hate the fucking Buckeyes.
I don't know what that is.
It's the college football team out there because they're always supposed to be great, and then they fall short, or it's just like some crazy scenario has to happen for them to win, and then when you got to look at them like, did y'all niggas cheat? No. So it might be an irrational hate for Ohio, but I cannot stand how the influence that the state of Ohio has come to have on this country in the last 3 fucking elections. Y'all niggas need to sit this fucking out. But there's some hope, and this is why I thought Biden might win, is because Governor Kasich, who was the governor of Ohio and ran as a Republican candidate that lost to Trump in the last election, has flipped and endorsed Joe Biden. So that's why I think Biden might win. Because now it's going to come down to Wisconsin and Ohio. But suffice to say, Ohio is in the middle of fucking nowhere. They have entirely too much say on the rest of fucking us.
See, I just...
Have you ever been to Ohio?
No.
No, I went to Ohio to go visit the fucking Hall of Fame of the Canton Hall of Fame of football. I ended up going to Cleveland and throwing up on a nigga. Shout out to that random white boy, my bad. But then I had to go beat another. I was about to beat the bouncer ass.
Yo.
You know, like
You're I think this might be it. Cause
yeah, we coming up on it. But
you keep exposing you're crazy.
it is what it is. Like I'm very consistent though. Like I'm very consistent. It's just like, can we not? Maybe I should rename the pod. Can we not? Like,
I mean,
we're gonna play with that.
I was about to say this is.
But the stark contrast, what I was getting at with this conventions is that it's clear that reality does not matter to the Republicans and Republican base. And I'm not the one. You know, the last election, the Republicans have wrapped around the axle because Hillary called them undesirables, or what did she call them?
I don't know.
Deplorables.
Deplorable.
Which is diminutive, you know, and insulting. So that was rallying cry. But here's the thing. Y'all got mad at Hillary. Fox News thinks that of you because they wouldn't even let the speakers at the RNC talk to you without giving you their spin. And if you notice, all the Republicans and the sympathizers of the Republicans, they always use these little basic, oh, epic. That was brutal, savage, owned. With nothing, they didn't say shit. But because, one, it's a buzzword on the internet, it's easily hashtagged, and then number 2, because it gets you motherfuckers going. Regardless of what they said, if the feeling is that they owned you, oh, they must have been owned. And that's what's going to happen. You're going to vote against your own interests, just like West Virginia in the fucking coal mine. Trump promised that coal was going to come back. You motherfuckers are sitting there dying.
I don't know who the fuck believes.
You motherfuckers, they believe they voted. And
I don't know.
And now you motherfuckers are dying from black lung and can't even get covered under Obamacare because dumbass is trying to fucking repeal it. So...
fuck that. Niggas got corona.
Yeah, which I say, yeah.
Niggas got corona. They asked for coal and got corona.
But this is the first. I still argue with this dude on Facebook, J.R. Moten. Shout out J.R. You get one gunshot, nigga. But because he's been saying for the last year that the Democrats are gonna landslide. I'm like, y'all said the same shit for Hillary until she did it. But this is the first time I think that Trump might lose. But I bring this up.
Who's to say that he don't just pull out at the last minute, like he don't want this no more?
Pull out game week, nigga. Like, sorry, it was 3 years long here for.
You know what?
It's too much of an ego. But here's my thing, black people, vote who you want. I'm not asking you to vote for Trump. I'm gonna vote my conscience. Do the same. Just make sure you do something, okay? And then number 2, all of you are buying guns in record numbers this last year, and not just because of the civil unrest. You're finally figuring it out. But what did the Democrats use to push gun control? Shattered mothers who lost children to gun violence and everything like that. But those are not legal guns. You felt the need to go and get guns right now because you don't feel safe. And Trump did not create these races. He made them comfortable. Okay?
Facts.
So Biden getting elected is not going to make these motherfuckers disappear. So if you want me to believe that you're going to hold these motherfuckers accountable, start by making sure they don't disarm you. Because these 2 motherfuckers want to do it. They say they're just going to disarm an AR-15, but we've seen from the white boy that the AR-15 is not some doom gun that just ends the fight. He had to shoot several times. Okay? Several times.
What did I tell you when I saw that big ass bullet? Nobody needs that fucking gun.
That was a 50 cal bullet, but anyway, the point is the AR-15 is not some magic stick, okay? It turns everybody into a competent shooter, but it is not some super powerful thing. And if they can ban the AR-15, They can ban a Glock 9.
No, they can't.
They can because it's the same mechanism. That's how they write the laws. No weapon they can do this, that, and the third. But there's nothing the AR-15 can do that they didn't get from the pistol because that's how it was developed. I'm going to make videos specifically about that. I'm not trying to go down the rabbit hole because it's a lot. I'm going to have visual aids and everything. But the point is, you motherfuckers that are vote for Biden, hold him because I don't trust you. That's why I'm not voting for him. You want to prove me wrong next time? Hold these motherfuckers accountable. How? I don't fucking know. Because the way I hold my elected officials accountable is I don't fucking vote for them again. But that seems to be off the table for you guys. So it's up to you to figure out how you're going to hold them. But if you don't, we're going to start this shit over again. And even if fucking Biden wins, we're going to do 60 years of post-racial America when ain't shit changed. They're still going to crucify us in the fucking street. They're still going to tell us that all lives matter. They're still going to sentence us to mandatory minimums. And just... That's that. Why we get heavy again?
Bring back Obama!
Why we get heavy again? Well, what's some goofy shit we can talk about before we end this shit? The bang? No. That's old. That's old.
The bang. Oh.
Something good. Nah, man. Chadwick killed it for me. Like, again, man, one time for the Boseman family and...
Yeah. That was really fucking sad. That's fucking sad. Damn,
dog. I hate that for us. Wow, we've been rambling for an hour and a half. Well, thank you for coming through. I'm going to let you go because I know you got shit to do, people to see, places to see.
You know, drinks to drink,
yeah,
smoke.
All that. I'm going to try. Emphasis on the try to do these weekly. If there's topics you want me to hit up, you can hit up askapps@gmail.com. I'll put it on the pod. You can follow me on Facebook. My friends list is getting kind of full, no flex, but it's my first name, Allen, Allen, last name, Epps, Epps. I'm in Facebook jail all the fucking time, though. Or you can follow me on Twitter at the Pen is Mightier, or Pen is Mightier. It's spelled DAPENIZMIGHTIER. She keeps telling me to fucking unify it, but I won't because I'm hard at it.
Very.
And also on Instagram. I'm not going to give my Instagram yet because I need to fix that. I'm going to fix that one just because you said so. All right? But yeah, get at me if there's shit you want me to talk about. I'm trying to do a weekend review. It can be anything, politics, dumb shit on the internet.
Politics is your bag.
Black folk stuff. Shit I can't stand about dealing with women. Shit they probably can't stand about shit they can't stand about dealing with my dumb ass. I'm buzzing. It is what it is. But I look forward to hearing from you motherfuckers. Oh, also, you can't see it, but when it's just me, we're going to be on the couch with the green screen. So if you motherfuckers want to dictate what the background is, hit me up. You got anything?
PCPOV podcast. You can find me on Instagram at PCPOV or at linktree/PCPOV. My personal Instagram is at Just Call Me T Marie.
For the gram.
JUSTCALL.
You got the butt floss. You got the tannin. You can use the Rihanna lotion with the glitter in it.
Shut up! No, I do not have no Rihanna lotion glitter. It's just
a
natural glow.
You be thirst trapping? Y'all don't see the jeans she got on. They cut out. I had to introduce her to my parents.
Yeah,
you know,
these were
they
not,
ain't see it though.
These were not
all
parent,
the yams.
These were not parent.
The yams.
You know, approved jeans, but
you know the fucking vibes. No,
I mean, I thank you for having me on your.
Now, thanks for coming and drinking on my premium. Hey, tell the people that this is premium liquor. This is not that bullshit. This is not that well shit.
I mean, I don't know what this shit is.
But
this is everything else.
So this is rum that you can only get in the Carolinas, and it's actually pretty good. So
I don't know what I mean. This is not my tequila.
No, that's my
drink.
That's my mixing tequila. The point is, it's not well. Okay, you don't see no fucking Cuervo up here.
I'm sorry, I'm New York.
You don't see no E&J up this motherfucker.
You're right. There's no Christian Brothers. There's no Taylor Port.
Respect me.
Yes.
We ain't got no chasers though.
I'm grown. I don't need no chasers. Fuck out of here.
No, I'm not hiccuping. That was funny. All right.
But nah. Thank you for having me.
No, thanks for coming. Honestly, anytime you're in the city,
the next time I gotta come back.
Anytime you're in the city, pull up.
Absolutely.
All right, y'all take it easy, be safe. Please don't get shot. Black Lives Matter. Arrest the murderers, Breonna Taylor.
No justice, no
Get
peace.
Jacob some justice. Unchained
police. That was one of the chants.
Oh, okay. I was
That
gonna say
was
bars. Give me
That
one.
was-
Give me
that
one.
was one of the chants.
Let me drop a beat. When I figure out how to reverb, it's over for you niggas. All right, we out.